Hey guys, my name is Julie. I am a drag performer here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I am better known as Richard Rico Cox or Sapphire Rico. I've been doing drag since I was 15 years old, so about 4 years now, and I'm going to be teaching you guys today on how to do drag on a budget. Right now we are right outside of the Dollar Tree. I'm going to show you guys what to look for here. After Dollar Tree, we're going to stop at Walgreens, and then we're either going to go to Walmart or Target to get any supplies that we don't have. So let's go inside. We are inside of the Dollar Tree, and the first thing we're going to get is a roll of duct tape. On the list is Dawn dish soap. Either this one, any of the Dawn dish soaps is fine. I'm just going to get this one because it's bigger. In the health and beauty products aisle, the first thing we are going to grab are hair curlers. You can grab these ones. I'm going to grab these ones because they'll work better for what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and grab two. Anything else over here? If you guys want to grab a brush, I suggest grabbing one like this one right here, or a comb. There's a bunch of different combs that you can grab. I already have some at home. I'm actually going to grab one of these. So now we are in the makeup section. Here we're going to get some eyeshadows. I suggest getting Wet n Wild. I really like Wet n Wild, and they're very inexpensive. I also suggest, since they're here, getting some beauty blenders if they have them. Nail polish if you like doing your nails, or if you guys would rather buy fake nails, I can show you where to get those as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab what we need, and you guys will be able to see later. You guys, I also just noticed they have some pretty cool lashes and some nails up here, so those are not bad things to grab. Nails, they do need the glue, so you're gonna have to find glue at some point. I like using press-ons, but if you're looking for cheap nails, apparently they have some at Dollar Tree. The last thing we're gonna buy here is glue sticks. If they don't have the purple drying, these ones are fine. I'm not gonna get these ones because I prefer the purple dry clear. That way you know when your brows are glued down. So I'm gonna skip on these, but just so you guys know that they're here, they are here in packs of 4, which is super nice. You guys, we are inside of the Walgreens, and the first place I want to bring you is to the NYX area for foundation. As you can see, it's only $15. If you're going to spend money, I would suggest spending money on foundation, and I would also suggest going to Sephora to get matched. I know that this one's my color. It's the medium olive. I'm pretty white, but I have olive undertones, and I tan really well. So I suggest getting NYX here. NYX Cosmetics foundation is a really cheap but really good foundation. I also suggest getting these for brows. I love the pomade, so I'm actually just going to grab one. Make sure it's the right color. Yep. Alrighty, so I'm going to head off to the next place. Eyeliner. You can get either gel, liquid, or pencil, but whatever you don't get it at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree tends not to be waterproof, and for drag you need to be waterproof because you're going to be working inside of your water lines. I like this one just because I prefer gel, and I also because it comes with a little applicating brush, and it lasts for a really long time, plus they're like decently priced. It's $10, but in the end it kind of buys itself because some of these other things don't last as long. They don't. You have to keep reapplying, or you lose, if they're pencil, you lose the little pencil sharpener, so I just suggest getting gel if you can afford it. These brushes, I've used these before. I've actually got them in a similar set. I really like them. They're only $12.50, so they're fairly inexpensive for the fact that you're going to be using them for a while until you can afford better brushes, so I definitely suggest getting these. Going to get here is going to be Hairspray. As you can see, there's a bunch of different kinds. I like this brand, and I do suggest getting 4 or higher, just because we're also going to use this as a setting spray if you guys do not have money for setting powder. If you do get setting powder, I suggest getting Airspun. It's about $8 or $9. You can find it at basically any drugstore. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 5 just because. Alrighty, you guys, it is time for the makeup portion of this video. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our wig cap. I actually got this with a wig I ordered on Amazon. It was $16. I got the wig cap, the wig, and a comb for only $16 on Amazon. You can buy these for like $2 or $3. So get a wig cap. If you don't have a wig cap, headbands work. Duct tape as well. You can just tape it all back. Just use whatever you have at home. If you don't have anything at home, just put your hair back in a tight ponytail if you're able to, or gel it back if you have any kind of gel. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to glue down our eyebrows and we're going to start our foundation. So you're going to take your glue stick. This is the purple dry clear that I was talking about. And the reason I like to use this is because when you put it on, it's purple. And you know it's done because it dries clear. So you're going to brush it upwards like that. And just make sure it's all down, and do the other side as well. Once you have your brows all done, then you start foundation. While it dries, you're just going to do the bottom half of your face. So I like to apply it directly onto the face, but you can apply it onto the brush, or if you prefer to use a beauty blender, you can do that as well. So do it here. You're just going to rub it in like so. These are the brushes we got at Walgreens. I'm using the big-ish angled one. You're just going to rub it all in. Alrighty, you guys, now that my bottom foundation is done, you can see my brows are still drying because they're still a little bit purple. So once this gets completely clear, we know they're done. You need to put on another layer. So we're going to go ahead and start contour. Before we start contour, I'd also like to mention, but before foundation, if you do have a little bit of shadow here because you have a beard, you're going to want to cancel that out with some red. You can take a little bit of lipstick and just dab a couple dots and then blend it out either with your fingers or if you have your beauty blender. I forgot to grab the beauty blender. This is the one that I use. You just go like that, blend it in, and then you apply foundation. If you have redness here or on the nose, you're going to want to take some green. So if you have any kind of green eyeshadow or green color corrector, anything kind of greenish, you just want to apply a little bit, do the exact same thing, blend it out, put foundation over it, and it should cancel out those tones. So reds cancel blues, and greens cancel reds. So now that we're done with that, we are going to go ahead and start contouring. So this is the Wet n Wild palette that we got at Walgreens. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the smaller brushes and you're going to go in with the light first. So you're going to go in with the light, and the first thing you're going to do is make a dot on your nose. See the dot? Then you're going to draw a thin line straight down, make an exclamation point right there. Then you're going to smile, and that's the top of your cheekbone. That's where you want your line to be. Do the same thing on the other side, and now you're just going to fill it in. And for this, you can also get the big brush if that's a little bit easier for you, and then just go up with it. Okay, you guys, we're not quite done with this. However, my brows have dried. So what we actually are going to do is we're going to take a little bit of the same contour and we're just going to put a little bit to set it. If you have setting powder, this is where you would use setting powder instead. You're just going to put a little bit. You're going to do a top coat later. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set it and kind of just brush off any excess that you have. And you're going to want to put one more layer down. If you have super thick brows, you're going to want to do maybe 2 or 3. So after this, if you have really thick brows, you're going to want to do another layer. Also, you want to make sure that you're getting down any loose hairs you may have here, or if you have any in the middle that show, you want to make sure everything's glued down so that it does not show. And then once again, you're just going to brush up just to make sure that all the hairs that are there are going to be nice and tight and stuck down. All right, so we're going to let this dry and we're going to continue contouring. So I'm just going to finish right here. And I like to bring it up to here. However, there's no foundation there, so I'm going to wait till I can do top foundation to finish that up. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to contour your chin just to bring it out. Yeah, just a circle. Some people contour a little bit here and here just to help bring the nose out and bring this upper lip line. That's a personal choice. If you want to do it, you can. The other place you're going to contour is just right here, right kind of where the hole of the ear is, and you're just going to kind of go down right there. Alrighty, Once you have all of your light done, you're going to go in and you're going to use the other side, the darker side. You're just going to use the other small brushes in there. They gave us 2. I like to have one for light and one for dark for obvious reasons. So you're going to go with the dark, and what you're going to do is you're going to have a line going from the top of your ear right about where the lip meets right there. Some people like to use a straight edge of sorts. So you can use, this is just the wig cap thing. They just like to put it on like that and then just draw a line. If you feel more comfortable doing that, do it that way. If you feel comfortable just drawing a line, do it that way. There are a million ways to do it. There's a lot of tutorials out there, but I'm just going to freehand it. So you're going to go from here. You're just going to draw a line straight down to there, to there. I like to do it when you suck in your lips. It's the part that goes in. So to right there. You're just going to make sure this line is even. And this should be the darkest part of your contour because it's the most emphasized part on any queen. So once again, from the ear down to the divot, and you're just going to fill it in. Alrighty, after you have this done, you're going to take this and you're just going to come in right here along the side of your nose, and you want to make it as close to this contour as you possibly can. So you're going to go in like that, and then in like that. And you can bring it in a little bit more if you want to. And you can also bring it in a little bit here at the bridge. All right, once you've done your nose, you're just going to kind of come a little bit down here just to help shape your face a little bit more. You don't want this to be too dark. You want to make it easy to blend. So if you want to do a little line, you can do a little line. If you rather do dashes so that it blends better, do whatever is best for you. I'm just doing a little line. You can kind of see it, but that's about as much as you want. Once your brows have dried, as mine have, you're going to take the little brush and you're just going to go right here on top of it. This is just to help set everything and make sure they don't go anywhere. You're going to take your big brush and you're just going to brush away any excess that's there. Now that your brows are done, time to put foundation on the top of your face. So you're just going to do a couple of little things. Once again, you're going to take your foundation brush and just apply it. And you want to try to get as close to your hairline as you can without getting in your hair. So, alrighty, you guys. Foundation is done. As you can see, my brows are basically gone. Just to make sure that everything's set, you're just going to go over once again with a layer of the contour or a setting powder if you have setting powder. This is also where if you bought Clown White, you can get it on Amazon. You just put it right on top. And it helps everything set and make sure your brows don't show when you're performing and whatnot. So now we're going to go in and contour the top of our forehead. I'm going to first make sure that this comes up a little bit more before we go to the forehead. I just like to bring it right here to my temple. I think it just makes it more exaggerated. I'm also going to go ahead and bring it down here. If you have highlight, this is where you could use highlight. I didn't buy highlight for the purposes of this video, but if you have extra money and would like to buy a contour palette with highlight, there are some really good palettes out there with highlight included, and I suggest getting those if you can afford it. This is just really convenient, really cheap, and it lasts a while. So now you're going to go in and you're going to make a little circle right here on your forehead. I'm also just going to bring this up a little bit more. Just circle. All right. So the circle's done. You can't really see it too much. Some people also like to do a T on the forehead. It just depends on the shape of your forehead. Because I have more feminine features, all I really need to do is just an oval-y circle right here on my forehead. Woo! I got everywhere. So once you've done the circle, you're just going to take the dark contour and you're going to start drawing lines, dashed lines across your forehead. This is to make your face look smaller. I'm going to fill in this temple. The temple filling in is not a requirement. It's just a personal preference that I like to do. I think it just makes my face look a little bit different. I'm also just going to bring this around a little bit more and down, just in case foundation got on it. I'm just going to darken these lines a little bit more. Alrighty, so now that's done. Blending. So you never want to just drag. You want to go like that. And if you're going to drag it, just angle it and make sure you're keeping this motion. Alrighty, for this one, you want to drag it more up. You don't want to drag it down. You want to kind of just drag it back along the line. Beat it upwards. So this is where the terminology beat the face comes from, is because you're essentially beating your face like that. And this one, you're going to want to get as close to the hairline as possible. So this one, you are going to drag up a little bit more than the rest of your makeup. And you just want it to go as close as possible to your hairline as you can get it. All right, for the nose, you're going to want to bring it up like that, because you're trying to make your nose small. So you don't want to bring the light in, you want to bring the dark up, because this makes your nose smaller. Make sure you get right there. As you can see, my nose now looks a little bit smaller. For the forehead, you're just going to kind of blend it in a circle, blend it out that way. Just make sure everything is even. So now that that's done, we are going to go ahead and get started on our brows. So I got the pomade, and I also got the pencil. I'm not the biggest fan of pencils, which is why I got this. But if you really like pencils, this is the one I got at Dollar Tree. I would just suggest dipping it in water to make sure that it's activated correctly, and make sure you get the sharpener as well. So for the purposes of this video, I am going to use the pomade. And I'm also going to use the applicating brush that came with the eyeliner that I was using. So first thing you're going to do, I'm just going to dip it in water so that it can get a little bit activated. And I'm just going to kind of swish it around the pomade. Alrighty guys, as I stated earlier, you are going to use the top of your natural brow as the bottom of your drag brow. So you're going to find that, and you're just going to trace it out. So that's the top of my actual brow. As you can see, it's much higher than my original brow is. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side as well. Alrighty. As you can see, they're a little bit uneven, but we're going to go ahead and try to even them out as much as possible. One thing to remember about brows is they are sisters, not twins. If they are not exactly alike, you don't have to freak out and be like, oh my God, my brows aren't even. Just make them look as even as possible, and no one's going to judge you. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows, and I'll get back to you when they're done. Alrighty, so now my brows are done. As you can see, they're more or less even. This one's a little bit longer. This one's a little bit like shorter right there. And there's a lot going on, but they're close enough where people aren't going to necessarily be able to tell the difference from far away, which is what we want. Alrighty, guys, so my brows are officially done. Before we get started on our eyeshadow, though, I am going to go ahead and do a process that we call baking. What baking is we basically go over once again with the light contour, and we just go over the parts that are already contoured, and this is just to help emphasize the features a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Alrighty, as you can see, I reapplied foundation. I also added a little bit more to my forehead now that my brows are there, just to help emphasize certain features. So as you can see, that's there. We are going to go ahead and let this sit while we do the rest of our makeup. If you do have primer at home, this is the perfect time to use your primer. But if not, don't worry about it. we are going to go ahead and get started on eyeshadow. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to wet your brush. So today, we're going to go ahead and use these blues because I feel like using the blues. So we're going to start with the lightest color, which is going to be this top one. So once your brush is wet, you're just going to go in and make sure you get that color on your brush. And by wetting the brush, you're just helping it stick to your face a little bit more. Because it is cheaper makeup, it's not going to sit on your face as well as pigmented makeup is. So by wetting the brush, you're allowing it to stick to your face and stay for longer. So with this, the lightest color, you're going to want to come in at the corner of your eye, and you're going to want to fill in your lid. Alrighty, so once you've done your lid, you're going to re-wet your brush, kind of get some of any excess color you have off. And you're going to go in with your second darkest color, which is going to be this second one. As you can see, this did a really nice job of sticking, and that's why we wet our brush. So now you're going to go in with the second color, which is kind of this blue-gray in this case. And for here, you're going to trace the top of it, and you're going to kind of come onto this inside part. So now that you've done that, it's okay if it's a little bit messy. We're going to go over it with the darker color as well. I'm just going to bring it out a little bit more. So once you are done with that, you're going to start your eyeliner. Or you can just go in with the dark color if you trust yourself. I prefer to do eyeshadow first or eyeliner first before I do the dark color, just so that I know how high I need to bring it. So this was what we got at Walgreens. It's $12. If you prefer liquid or gel or liquid or pencil, you can use that as well. And just you're going to come in with here. You're just going to draw a line and make it as thick as you can without covering too much. Alrighty. So once you have that, it's okay if it's not straight right away. You're going to come in and you're just going to make a wing. I like to bring it right about to here, right about where the corner of my natural brow is, just to make them bigger, where the bottom of my natural brow is. If you have a specific point, that's really good too. But I'm just going to bring it up to here, and you guys will be able to see in a second. You do that. Once you have your line, you're going to go in and you're going to do your water line right here. I like gel because it is safe for waterline usage. You can also get gel eyeshadow and do the same thing with it. I use gel eyeshadow as eyeliner quite frequently. And I'm just going to come up here and connect it to the bottom and then connect it to the wing. So the other thing I like to do is once I get the eyeshadow on, I like to bring it about halfway and connect it to the point. I think it just makes it look more dramatic. So I'm just going to do the wings on both sides, and then we're going to start our dark shade. So now I'm done with both eyes. We are going to go ahead and now start the darkest color. So once again, I'm going to wet my brush, make sure just any eyeshadow that I have on there is off. Make sure that these colors are going to stick to my face. So the darkest shade is going to be this dark blue, and we're just going to go ahead and go in. Make sure it's nice and on the brush. So now you're just going to go, I like to just go from the point that I drew and then just fill in everywhere. So now that you've done that, I'm going to go back in with the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, sorry. I'm going to go back in with the eyeliner, and I'm just going to kind of trace up here. Alrighty guys, now you can see that I am done with my eyes, we are going to go ahead and set them to make sure they don't smear. So if you touch them or you start sweating or whatever, everything stays. So you're going to close your eyes. You're going to hold it about as far from your face as you can so it will still get everywhere. And you're going to close your eyes. You don't want to close them too tight because then your brows can go. But you want to close them tight enough where nothing's going to get in and irritate your eyes. So you're just going to kind of spray like that. Hold it too close, makeup smears off. Hold it too far, makeup doesn't get set. So close your eyes, hold it about that far, and just now that I have set my eyes and my brows, I'm going to let the rest of my face bake. This takes about an hour, so we did set it about 10-15 minutes ago. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. I will be back with you guys as soon as I'm done. Alrighty guys, so we are back. It has been about an hour since I last recorded. So now we are going to go ahead and start just blending this a little bit. So now that that's done, if you guys bought blush, I did not buy blush for this video. This is also when you just apply it just right here. After that is done, we are going to go ahead and start on our lashes. So the first thing I like to do is I just like to curl them. Alrighty, now that that's done, I'm going to get the lashes I bought at Dollar Tree. I really like purple. That's why I decided to do the blues. Ooh! It even comes with eyelash glue. That's awesome. It is latex. I am allergic to latex, so I'm not going to use this one. I'm not deathly allergic. It just makes me numb. So I am going to use this lash glue. I got it at Trends here in Albuquerque. However, you can get it at most makeup shops. You can get it at beauty supply stores where you can also get wigs and lashes and a variety of other things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to apply a little dollop on my hand like that. Now there are two different colors you can get. You can get this, which dries clear, or you can get black ones for if you're using black lashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this purple lash. I'm going to take a little bit on my finger, or if you have a Q-tip, you can put it on a Q-tip. And you're just going to apply it underneath. You also want to make sure that it's the same size. They're normally the right size for me. And these ones are a little bit different. You can get, other ones are 301s, so they look like that. And as you can tell, there's one side that's longer than the other. So what you would just do is you would just want to make sure that the thick side of your lash goes there and the thin side goes to the other side. And you can also do bottom lashes and you just do them the opposite direction. Whoop, I just dropped that. I'm going to use these ones today because I bought them at Dollar Tree. So you're just going to look up and then put them on. Alrighty. So once you've done this, if you have any bottom lashes, you can extend either this down like under your eye and then attach them there. You can attach them directly to your waterline, or you can take some smaller lashes, cut them up, and then individually glue them on to your lash. I've seen it done all three ways, so whichever way you like best. So I'm just going to take the end of this pencil and just kind of make sure that everything's where I need it to be, make sure everything's secured correctly, and make sure that there's a little bit of volume on my lashes. The curler that I bought is not big enough to get these lashes, but if you do have a curler that's big enough for the lashes, you can just curl those. Generally, you would use some mascara just to make it look a little bit more natural as they go in. I'm just going to do a little bit underneath. Just underneath, you can just come in and darken these with some mascara. Now, mascara is one of those things you can get really cheap and get the same quality everywhere. So now that we've done that, we are going to go ahead and apply our lipstick. I just bought this bright red. I like red lipsticks. Red lips are really good. I also don't really look good in cool tone, so I can't really match the purple with the lip. So I just decided to do a red. What you can do if you don't have lip liner, what you want to do it is you can take like a brush like this and then just kind of put a little bit of red on it and then just outline the lip that you want to do. And once you've done that, you would just fill it in with whatever color you're using. I'm just going to use the same color, so that was kind of unnecessary for this, but all right, so now that that's done, all your makeup is now complete. So what you're going to do, you're going to set your entire face. So same deal. Make sure you shake it, hold it away from your face, and then just spray. So now everything is set. This is also where you would use setting powder on anything that you have. Nothing's really going to smear. Your lipstick, your lip gloss, lipstick, whatever you're using is going to smear a little bit. So at this point, I'm going to teach you guys how to secure wigs. So let me grab my duct tape. There are a couple ways to do it. So you can do it by just putting the wig on and then pinning it in. There's 2 here, 2 on the side, 2 in the back, and then just as needed. There are clips that you can also apply and just do that, and the same thing with the pins. There's a little nodule thing you can clip in the back if you're not doing anything super crazy. Or the duct tape method, which is the one I use and a lot of other performers use as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to decide where you want your hairline to be. And if you want to push your wig cap back a little bit more, just to make sure it's secured and your wig's not going to fly everywhere, feel free to do that. There's a reason we bought the Dollar Tree duct tape for this, so that if it does touch your natural hair, it's not going to come out. So you're just going to go ahead and wrap all the way around your head. Make sure that it comes back and connects right there. You're just going to want to rub it, make sure it's secure, and then pull a little bit off, and then just rip it. So once the duct tape's down, you want to make sure that it's secure everywhere. You're going to get your wig. Now, a lot of wigs come with clips in the front. If your wig does not have clips in the front, you can actually go buy clips that either sew in or iron in, or you can just put them into the wig. These ones are nice because they already came with clips. I don't know whether they're sewn on by somebody or what. It looks like they were sewn on by somebody. You can just use a sewing machine and just go over it with a straight stitch. So what you're going to do, I would suggest making sure the back is clipped regardless on what you're doing. This is just to make sure that it's secured in the back and that your little hairs back here aren't going to show. Or the duct tape if you duct tape. You're just going to put the wig on and you're going to adjust it to where you want it to go. Take the clips and stick them underneath the duct tape that's on your head. You're just going to push it back to where you want your hairline to be. I don't know who cut these bangs, but whatever. This is just a classic shake and go wig. I did brush it out a little bit for this video. I got it at Savers for a couple of bucks. Savers is a thrift store for those of you who don't have Savers near you. I think it was like $8. But as you can see, the hairline on it, pretty good. And it doesn't come off. So that's how you secure a wig. So now that my makeup tutorial is done, I'm going to teach you a couple of other tricks. So the reason we got the Dawn dish soap is after gluing your eyebrows, it is a pain to get off, and most makeup wipes do not get the glue out of your brows. So what you're just going to do is you're just going to apply a little bit to your fingers and then go up like that. The other reason we brought the Dawn dish soap is to help clean your brushes. You just add a little bit of the Dawn to a little bit of olive oil. So 2 parts Dawn, 1 part olive oil. The oil helps break down the makeup and the Dawn cleans. And then you're just going to rinse it under some water and pat it on a dry paper towel, and then your brushes are clean. If you cannot afford makeup cleaner, that's the way to do it. Things that you should buy that we did not buy in this video. Blush is always a good thing. Having some color to your cheeks is really helpful, but you don't want to get something too bright. So what you would do with that is you would apply a little circle like this and then just brush it up. Little circle and brush it up. That makes sure that it's all blended in. It's not going to be too bright everywhere, and that it's giving you color where you need the color the most. Along with that, I said earlier, if you're going to spend money, the two things that you would like to spend money on are going to be your foundation and your eyeshadow. Pigmented eyeshadow tends to last longer and look better. As you can see, this is already kind of starting to smudge off despite the fact it was set, but it'll last for a show. So you don't have to worry, but if you're going to be out in day drag all day, I do suggest getting pigmented makeup. Lashes, go by 301s. Those are the standard drag size. If you stack them, you're going to need 2 pairs. You're going to need to stack the same size onto each other. Bottom lashes, you can buy different sizes and then just decide how you like to do it. If you're going to do eyeshadow under, you don't want to do a dark blue tone here because it'll make it look like you have bags under your eyes. If you guys want any other videos, how to style wigs, wig maintenance, how to trim them, because whoever trimmed these bangs, they're not even, but I am willing to do that. I am also a male drag performer, so if you guys want a male makeup tutorial, I can show you that as well. It's kind of similar, just the contour is different, and then I can show you how to do a beard with mascara. Along with that, there's also some techniques that you need to know for tucking and binding. There are safe ways to do it, and there are unsafe ways to do it, and I will do a video on that if you guys wish. But for now, stay tuned. Wigs are another thing. They can be super expensive, but you can also get them for very cheap. What you want to look for wigs is, if you're buying them online, you want to make sure they have more than 4 stars. You want to make sure that there's a lot of reviews. And that's about it. Get whatever color you want. If you want it pre-styled, make sure it's pre-styled. It's going to be a little bit more pricey that way, but you don't have to worry about styling and ruining your wig if you don't know how to style already. Like I said, this is just a plain old shake and go wig. It's not awful, but it's not the greatest either. But remember to please like and subscribe. Let me know what content you guys want me to do next, and I will see you later. Peace out.